What's up, guys? It's Punk Guy here. Thanks for coming back to my punk rock review channel. First off, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you want to see more awesome punk rock reviews like this. And until then, let's get on to the review. So guys, I'm very excited about doing this album review because this is one of the bands that I've always loved ever since I started listening to punk. And I'm talking about the band Lagwagon. This is Lagwagon's 9th full-length LP. The last one was released in 2014, hung on Fat Records. This one also on Fat Records, of course. So here's the LP railer. It's kind of a funny, goofy take on what people think the 90s were like, I guess. And although I do remember rollerblading and it was dumb back then. But don't let this energetic, fun, like goofy album cover fool you. This album is very serious and very almost borderline dark, I would say. A lot of people are comparing this album to the 1994 release Trashed, and to me this is more like Trashed on steroids, just definitely amplifying their technical abilities, taken to the next level, just nothing like we've ever seen on any other album. And while on paper this album may sound like it might be different, sonically it's really not. It has a lot of the same tropes that you expect from Lagwagon, a lot of the same cadence and vocal melodies that Joey Cape sings. You've heard him sing in other albums. Although I will say that they did trade in the harmonies for group chants in this album more than any other album. First off, this album shreds like no other Lagwagon album. Dave Ron, Big Bitch, they really bring their A game, and you could tell where the metal influence comes from. Songs like Surviving California and Streaming Light, these are very predominant in, and the song The Suffering definitely sounds like a Metallica opening riff. But out of all like my favorite like tracks that are just like shredding on this album, Dangerous Animal has to be my favorite of the bunch for sure. I just love the way Joey Cape sings this album. He just like belts it out with so much aggression. Something he's put in his repertoire that I don't think I've ever heard him do on this album. It's just so much aggression, so much ferocious, just vigor in it. It's really great. Something different and unique that no other Lagwagon track has ever done. Oh, and also Joey Raposa ripping the sickest bass line. Such an awesome bass line. Also, the bass on this is excellent throughout the whole album. And remember how when I mentioned that this album was like borderline dark? I think it's because a lot of these lyrics are really looming on the destruction of mankind, or like mainly the humanity of mankind going downhill. So Joey Cape's writing is nothing short but phenomenal on this album for sure. Some of it's a little esoteric. He doesn't really hit you over the head with the message of his meaning, but just really some deep, thought-provoking stuff. Some really excellent stuff. Stuff that if you just sit there and let it register and you really have a chance to think about it, just real thought-provoking stuff, you're just like, damn, that shit's deep.
Damn, that shit's deep.
But Bubble, on the other hand, is the complete opposite. In fact, I think it is the actual only kind of like lighthearted, like fun song on this album. And if there's one thing that Lagwagon's good at doing, it's like really poking fun at themselves, and that's what they do in this song, of course. Making fun of how they're stuck in a bubble, how outside of their own relevancy of being in that fat group that no one really pays attention to them anymore. They're not as popular as they once were, or will they never be? They're kind of just grasping onto straws, which is a really funny idea of them just kind of having fun with themselves and where they are with their career. But also, too, I heard Joey Cape in an interview say that he wanted to write a song that was very nostalgic of those 90s time to fit kind of like the lyrics of the song, and they do that perfectly in this. So let's get to some other highlights on this album. Parable is a great track. Joey Cape's daughter actually sings on this, and boy does she sound like him. The same cadence, the same melody style, and it's maybe because he wrote it for her, but she does sound very similar to him, and it's really dark and haunting and a great way to start off that track. Pray for Them is an awesome track I really love. I definitely love the guitar riff on this. It has to be my favorite guitar riff on the album. It's super simple and super easy. I can pick up my guitar and play it in 2 minutes, but it's just so damn catchy. And the lyrics, again, these lyrics will definitely make you think. Very powerful, very good stuff. So in conclusion, I would really love to cover every one of these tracks because they're all really good in their own way. They even do a cover song, which I didn't even get a chance to talk about. I really do think this is a perfect follow-up to the album Hung. It definitely really shows what Lagwagon is all about in 2019. This is like their mission statement of who they are as a band. So if I had to be like super nitpicky about this album, I would say the first half of the album is a lot stronger. The second half kind of tapers off just a little bit. So for that, my rating for this album is 4.5 out of 5 stars. I do gotta say I like the album hung just a tad bit more, just a tad bit more, but that's also probably because this album's only a week old and I needed to let it resonate with me a little more, or else I would have gave it that perfect score. And I really can't explain to you how much this album makes my heart happy. It really does. Because while a lot of bands like regurgitate or rely on a lot of their old same material and, you know, come out with some real like mediocre albums, Lagwagon really does keep it fresh, keeps it interesting, keeps it new, but at the same time old. Just this perfect cocktail of new and old. Just really good stuff. For a 9th full-length album, they haven't slowed down at all. I suggest everyone go check this album out. So if you guys like this review, I would appreciate it if you did give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment. Let me know what your favorite track on this album was or what your favorite Lagwagon album is. What do you guys think of Railer? Let me know. Let's have a conversation. And don't forget, like always, more reviews on this channel, so don't forget to subscribe. And until then, I'll see you guys at a show! Man, oh man, does it feel great to be doing these reviews. It's been a cool minute since I've done one, but it's great to be back in the chair. And if you like this video, go check out my playlist. I got a lot of videos I did this year and a lot more coming soon. So stick with it, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next review.